The more invisible I become, the more death I have to endure. At Tianranju Tea House in the imperial capital, Qianli displayed her fan and said, "The Minister of Rights, serving as an emissary of the Great Yan Imperial Court, headed to Anxi Pass today to reward the old soldiers." Written on the fan were the words, "Thousand-Mile Eyes." Qianli continued, "Emperor Yongkei's imperial decree will offer tributes to the heroic spirits at the Anxi Pass Stela Forest. The secret hidden for 40 years can finally come to light today. The Qiao family members are truly heroes." Speaking of the Qiao family, Sister Shui said, "I heard the storyteller at Tianranju often changes, but I did not expect there to be a woman." Chao Mu replied, "I have inquired. This person is named Qianli, famously known as Thousand-Mile Eyes. She is well-informed and a high-ranking member of Tingchao Tower. If we want to learn the whereabouts of the Sword Immortal, we can start with her." Sister Shu asked, "Buying information must be expensive, right? Do we have enough money?" Xiao Mu said, "Money cannot buy it. You can only exchange information for information. Sister Shui, I am counting on you. After she gets off work, we will talk privately." Xiao Mu winked at Sister Shu, who was blind. Sister Shu, confused, said, "Eh, me?" A few moments later, Qianli looked outside her window. She then turned back and said, "Qiao Shui, Qiao Kengshu, two members of the Qiao family, currently popular figures in the imperial capital. To grace my humble abode just after receiving your titles, it is truly an honor. Are you two here for the matter of the Sword Immortal? Why not come in and chat?" Sister Shui said, "She knows everything." Qiao Mu said, "Thousand-Mile Eyes truly lives up to her name. She must have recognized us in the tea house just now. The Sword Immortal's whereabouts depend on her. Knowing me is nothing strange, but Sister Shu has always been low-key. For her to be able to tell her origin, it seems she truly has skill. I understand your rules. Information for information, correct?" Qianli covered her face with her fan and said, "Heh, little brother, you might have misunderstood." Chao Mu, confused, said, "Eh?" Qianli replied, "Not just anyone's information is qualified to be exchanged with me." Chao Mu said, "Huh? We need qualification too? My friend from Tingxiao Pavilion did not mention that." Qianli said, "But..." She suddenly stepped close to Chao Mu, closed her fan against his chest, and said, "For the Qiao family members, it can be an exception. After all, people are very curious about you." She stuck her tongue out at him. Chao Mu quickly jumped back to hide behind Sister Shui and said, "Information is information. If you want me to do something, that is a different price. What do you want to know? Do not tell me you want me to pay with my body." Qianli said, "Of course not. It is the secret of your Qiao family. I have been keeping an eye on Lone City. Apart from Qiao Shuangsen, I have never seen any other Qiao family members enter. Yet in the end, a new Qiao family member leads the old soldiers to break out of the city. And this is not the first time. When one Qiao family member dies, another immediately appears nearby. Why is that?" Chao Mu began to sweat. "It seems I cannot hide it from you," he said. "I will tell you the truth." "Oh? I am all ears," Qianli replied. "Actually," Chao Mu said, "our Qiao family comes from the southwestern province." "Lie," Qianli snapped. "Our ancestors have passed down a mysterious instant transmission technique. Lie, we lie. I only said 2 words." "True," Chao Mu thought to himself. "Did the set of excuses I used to fool Wayne fail? It is about the system. It is my trump card. I cannot tell her." "What, does your Tingchao Pavilion want something for nothing? After hearing what I say, you will give me fake news and get the Qiao family's secret for free, right?" Qianli said, "Little brother Qiao, since I dare to trade with you, I naturally have the means to distinguish truth from lies. My Thousand-Mile Eyes have always had the reputation of seeing the truth with a single glance. Lies cannot escape me." Seeing the truth with a single glance, Chao Mu thought. "I have 18, he suddenly declared, pointing downwards. Qianli glanced down and fell silent. It is actually true. Little brother Chao is truly hiding his abilities well," she said seductively. "You can really see," Chao Mu exclaimed in shock. Sister Shui asked, "Is it because of that naturally born third eye on your forehead? Are you a half-demon?" Qianli said, "Your eyes can see through heaven's secrets. You truly live up to your name, haha." Sister Shu said, "Since you know, then I can use a bit of heavenly secrets to exchange for information with you." Qianli replied, No. Tingchao Pavilion has rules. We only listen to the tide. We do not ride the tide. Leaking heaven's secrets can easily incur heavenly punishment. We do not risk our lives for gossip." The room fell silent. Qianli said, "It seems we each have something the other wants. Since that is the case, I will make a concession. We will test each other with 3 questions. Whoever cannot answer, or answers fewer, will lose. She revealed her third eye and added, "If you lose, let me enter your sea of consciousness and search for what I want." Xiaomu replied, "Isn't this just a gossip contest with the biggest gossip organization in the Jianghu? Tisk, you are not ashamed to bring it up." Qianli said, "If you do not have the guts, do not play. See yourself out." Sister Shu warned, "If someone else enters the sea of consciousness and harbors malice, the owner will suffer greatly, possibly even die." Xiaomu thought silently for a moment, then said, "Sister Shu, do not worry. I have a way to win." Sister Shu replied, "Then go ahead and do it." She smirked inwardly. "Never mind. If anything happens, I can find a way to help him." Xiaomu said, "Okay, then let us begin. Please ask your questions." "You are the guest," Qianli said. "So please go first." She thought to herself, no matter how knowledgeable you are, you would never guess that I am carrying Tingxiao Pavilion's communication artifact. In case of need, I can contact the Pavilion Master. There is nothing in this world that the Pavilion Master does not know. With him as my strongest backing, how can I lose? Xiaomu thought, you backward ancient outsider, let me show you why knowledge is power. He raised a finger, pointed at Qianli like Phoenix Wright, and said, "Are all non-trivial zeros of the Riemann zeta function actually equal to 1/2? Qianli was stunned. "Eh? This? What did you just ask? Can you repeat it?" "Do not understand? It is fine, let us continue," Xiaomu said smoothly. Second question. On a smooth horizontal surface, there is a 4-jin object moving east at a speed of 3 chi per instant. It undergoes a perfectly elastic collision with a stationary 5-jin object. How far will the 5-jin object be knocked away? Qianli began to sweat. This final question, Xiaomu said. Suppose the probabilities of the 3 of us here being able to independently solve the questions I raise are 1/10, 3/10, and 4/10 respectively. What is the probability that at least one of us can solve it? Xiaomu smiled like a devil. Qianli, sweating all over her graceful figure, thought to herself, "Why? I did not even understand the first question, yet I feel a strange sense of suffocation. The questions that followed seem simple, yet I have absolutely no clue. It feels like being dragged into an abyss, so despairing. Is it the aura he is emitting? No. This suffocating pressure seems to come from another space-time. It is incredibly complex, incredibly powerful, completely beyond my comprehension. This feeling, it is as if my brain is being torn apart. I cannot take it anymore." She trembled, drooling and drenched in sweat from defeat. Xiaomu said, "You could not answer my 3 questions, and I answered your 3. So I win." "Miss Qianli, just give up." Sister Shu raised Xiaomu's arm like a champion, declaring a score of 3-0. Xiaomu muttered, "Her eye technique is simply cheating." A few moments later, they all sat down. Qianli said, "The whereabouts of the Sword Immortal? Even Tingxiao Pavilion does not know. You just made a long forward swing just now. Were you really trying to get something for nothing?" Xiaomu asked. Looking away, sweating, Qianli said, "I did not think I would lose, you know." Heh, Xiaomu smirked. "But your guess is probably right," Qianli admitted. "Qing Zhuo is very likely still alive. The immortal masters of the great Dao sect are connected by life tablets, so they do not die that easily. But he used some kind of technique that even I cannot track. As for whether he took the Sword Immortal, I do not know. Perhaps you can start your investigation from the Great Qin Manor." "The Great Qin Manor? That is the king of Qin's territory?" Xiaomu asked. Sister Sue said, "What did the king of Qin accomplish that he was granted a kingly title with a different surname, and even given a fiefdom?" Qianli explained, This king of Qin was originally a title. He only recently became a legitimate noble rank. Ever since the martial saint died, the martial world has been deathly silent. The king of Qin, leader of the Martial Arts Alliance, claims to have entered the Dao through martial arts and now seeks to carry the banner of the martial path. He had successively killed many demonic cultivators who treated human life as grass in various states and had also meritoriously resolved several man-made disasters. His prestige in Zhongzhou even surpassed that of the great Dao sect. Therefore, 2 months ago, Emperor Yonga officially granted him the title of king with the title of Qin. He established the Great Qin Manor in the north of Zhongzhou and designated the northern region as the king of Qin's fiefdom under his jurisdiction. Not only that, apart from Nanzhou, other states had also seen the emergence of leaders similar to the king of Qin who could be made kings. There were 8 in total, and all 8 possessed the power to resist the immortal sects. The Zhongzhou imperial capital and the great Dao sect stood at the center, surrounded by a northern state. Say, Qingxuan sect in northwestern state, Tongtian sword sect in western state, Snow Lotus sect in southwestern state, Yunxiao sect in southern state, Xuantian sect in southeastern state, Yanshan sect in eastern state, Longevity Gate northeastern state. Liangyi sect, Sister Shui said. Doesn't this mean Emperor Yongge is openly challenging the immortal sects? Chao Mu shook his head. Not at all. The Martial Arts Alliance and the Great Tao sect are in collusion. This title of kings is most likely a trick played by the immortal sects. Emperor Yongge is a fool. He has been sold out and is still helping them count the money. But this confirms a suspicion of mine. Qianli nodded. Chao Mu thought to himself, the immortal sects are putting on a show, elevating these kings to win the hearts of the people. It means they no longer need to cooperate with Emperor Yongge, and are now moving behind the scenes. This is not good. The exposure of Lone City's story has not had much of an impact on them. With these kings as a safety net, they will be able to whitewash their reputation sooner or later. That is how propaganda accounts are born. He said aloud, the sword immortal is missing, and the Martial Arts Alliance is connected to the immortal sects. The surviving old soldiers of Lone City have also been settled within the King of Qin's jurisdiction. It would be as easy as flipping a hand for them to cause trouble. It seems a trip to the Qin Manor is unavoidable. When you said to start investigating from the Qin Manor, it was not just because the Martial Arts Alliance is secretly colluding with the Great Tao sect, was it? Qianli said. One has to be careful when speaking to smart people. To solidify the King of Qin's prestige, the Great Tao sect often sends its disciples to put on a show. I get it, Xiao Mu said. I have to get a taste of this show. Miss Qianli, care to give a little more inside information? Oh, not at all, Qianli replied. What I have told you is all I know. I will be damned if I believe you, Xiao Mu said. Admitting defeat was just a pretext. You really want us to go to the Great Qin Manor to scout things out and get first-hand intelligence for you, right? Fine, if you will not tell me, I have other ways to find out. But who in your pavilion gets this first-hand intel? Well, that is another story approximately all right, Qianli pouted. Tisk, to think you saw right through me. Fine, the power structure within the King of Qin's manor is simple. The small fries at the bottom will not be hard for you to deal with. What you need to be careful of are the two first-rank spirit-refining deacons, Iron Wolf and Arhat. They both have the strength of bronze skin and iron bones. The King of Qin himself is said to be of transcendent rank and a master of the golden body art. I am sure you know a little about the abilities of the Martial Arts Alliance. Their golden body art is not easy to deal with. At least for now, there is no clearly known method in the martial world to counter it. Xiao Mu stood up. Is this the first-hand intelligence you wanted? It is a simple matter for a great hero like you, Qianli said. I am sure you will be able to find a way. Sister Shui, let's go, Xiao Mu said. Sister Shui stood and replied, Wait, Qianli said. Xiao Mu and Sister Shui turned to look back. The matter of the half-demon, Qianli began. Sister Su said, rest assured, as long as you do not do anything to harm us or go against heaven, we will keep your secret. Huh? Xiao Mu asked, confused. Let's go, Sister Shui said, leading him away. Sister Shui, what is this about a half-demon? Why can it not be mentioned? Xiao Mu asked. It is a long story. I will tell you slowly in the future, she replied. Thank you, Qianli said quietly. In another scene on the streets, explosions erupted as the crowd fled in panic. A demon cultivator, flames dancing in his hand, sneered at the terrified people. A father stepped forward, shielding his family. Suddenly, Iron Wolf, the war general under the King of Qin, appeared. Demon cultivator, how dare you act presumptuously within the King of Qin's jurisdiction? It is the Iron Wolf war general under the King of Qin, the mother exclaimed. Iron Wolf dashed forward, a blur of motion, toward the enemy, and approached the demon cultivator with his sharp claws. He was about to strike, but the demon cultivator managed to dash away. The Iron Wolf war general under the King of Qin continued to chase him and struck the demon cultivator in the stomach. A man exclaimed, Lord Iron Wolf's skills are amazing. An old man added, his pair of divine iron claws are impervious to water and fire, and his wind claw is so powerful that no one can defeat him. The man continued, thanks to Lord Iron Wolf, we were able to exterminate this demonic heretic. The Iron Wolf war general under the King of Qin pulled his claws from the demon cultivator and looked at the people. My apologies, everyone. I was late and have allowed you all to be frightened. The people replied, General Iron Wolf, don't say that. If it weren't for you, we would have died at the hands of that demon cultivator today. Another person said, that's right, thanks to you and the King of Qin, we have a safe place to live. Iron Wolf replied, this is all part of my duty. I will go see if I'm needed elsewhere. Everyone, return to the city as soon as possible and do not wander around. As he walked away, an old man said, "Thank you, General Iron Wolf." The man beside him remarked, "To leave after the deed is done, hiding one's achievements and fame, truly a great hero." The old man agreed. He is a war general under the King of Qin, after all. A few moments later, in the forest, the Iron Wolf war general under the King of Qin said to Dao Shu, "Thank you for your trouble, master, for putting on this show with me using a puppet." Dao Shu replied, "Slaying immortals with martial arts. Those mortals never seem to tire of such a boring drama." Iron Wolf said, "It's just the mortals' wishful thinking. It is precisely because the martial Tao is no match for the immortal masters that they harbor such fantasies. If the martial Tao could keep up with the immortal Tao, why would we need to practice the golden body art?" Dao Shu muttered, "It was so hard to get out of the sex repentance cliff, yet master sent me to such a boring place like the Qin Manor. How dull." Qiao Mu suddenly spoke up, "I agree." Iron Wolf and Dao Shu turned in shock, looking behind them. Qiao Mu smirked and said, "I thought I'd meet new friends in a new place, but I didn't expect to see the same old face." Huh. Dao Shu? Thank you so much for watching. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to help me grow my channel. Your support means the world to me. Don't forget to leave a comment below. I love hearing from you. Let's keep the conversation going and get those analytics buzzing. Until next time, take care.